that too much?
I gotta be lower.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Let's...
Well, that way we're both in frame.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. This comment is from Autocomplete and the End of the World. I feel like I'm way shorter than you now.
You look it.
I don't care if my
Get
head's
our
probably
eyes
out of frame.
level.
Okay.
Your hair is gonna be out.
This comment is from Autocomplete and the End of the World. I already said that.
Yep.
Kuzing. Probably the funniest, most clever, and most thought-provoking sketch on this channel. He continues, I'm actually being serious here. I've got some critiques for the other videos which seem to follow a distinct formula. Someone doing something or suggesting something unusual, someone else questioning the unusual behavior logically, and that is followed up by a relapse or confirmation of said unusual behavior. This one follows a different style, bringing up humor in a casual way, feeling natural instead of feeling forced, and it even brings up the thought-provoking theme of the progression of technology. This is interesting. Before he left this comment, I hadn't at all noticed that we were doing the exact same formula for a lot of our videos.
I knew that they were similar, but I just thought it was just because they were all funny or something.
Yeah, I didn't realize
But now we know.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was doing a thing, someone doing unusual, but in the end, it's confirmed as being normal-ish. Because the car radio fixing vigilante one fell into that. The undercover grocery store employee fell into that. The Skyrim one kind of fell into that too. Which is sad, because the Skyrim one's probably my favorite that we've done so far. It was a lot of work.
My favorite was probably the New Year's resolutions, though.
New Year's resolutions also fell into that. Okay,
but it's still
your
one of
turn.
my favorites.
Pick one.
This one right... Oh.
Just pick one that hasn't been done. And you gotta say the video title first. The video title's the one in bold.
Oh.
And then say the video title, then their name.
Resolutions. It's by Tina Posts.
Actually, say it like this comment is from the name, and then say the video title on the video title. Okay.
All right. This comment is from Tina Posts Stuff on the video New Year's Resolutions. He makes a really good point. I've always thought that, but never in such an articulate way. Also, I resolved to actually make it to that 5,000 subscribers.
500.
500. Oh my goodness, I added a 0. Oh, that's not good.
This was...
I hope you get there.
Yeah.
Good for you.
She has like 400 some. Yeah, she subscribed actually.
Well,
so thank you, Tina Post Stuff, for subscribing to Phoned In, if you're watching this.
Please watch this. Okay.
Yeah, I don't actually expect to make it to 10,000 subscribers this year. My goal is just, like, my actual New Year's resolution is to put out weekly comedy sketches, which is actually what we're in the process of filming right now, but we took a break to do some comments.
My brain was fried, I'm dying. But anyway.
All right. This comment is from Yakuza Shieb, I don't know, on Star Wars lightsaber fantasies. This is rather good for a small channel. Good job.
Rather good, you know.
Well, thank you. This is rather good for a small comment. Good job. But yeah.
I'm so happy. I like good comments.
I mean, it is a backhanded compliment, but I still appreciate it, you know?
It's a compliment nonetheless. You
gotta exactly. A backhanded compliment, but a compliment nonetheless. And I'll take anything at this point. Because we're lucky to get 2 comments on a video. Actually, we're lucky to get comments on a video.
We're so lucky to get
comments. Okay.
Okay.
We appreciate your comments is what we're trying to say.
We appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Stay a while. This comment is from Leo Vio on the Skyrim combat break video. Whoa, this was really intensey, and the edits are great. Thank you. I didn't edit it, but thank you.
Yes, thank you. I put a lot of work into editing it, and I actually made some mistakes in filming that I had to fix in post.
I don't think I did anything.
Oh, you know, the last effect I did, the effect where the Dragonborn uses the fire shout to send me away. Yeah, we put so much more work into that effect than was necessary, because we actually took pictures of me standing in a bunch of positions. Then Randall, who played the Dragonborn in the video, made a 3D model of me, mapped the textures to it. Then I took that model and I animated it ragdolling, rendered it. I put it in the video. I color corrected it to make it match myself at the correct frame. I also positioned it to match me at the frame right before I disappear. And then I added a slight blur so it matched it. And then I covered it with a fire effect so you couldn't even tell any of that.
He told me all this after this. Was this the one with the bottle of health potion thing?
Yes.
What did you use for that?
Oh, I got a bottle of water and I used food coloring
That's
color
what that
it.
was, if you're wondering.
Yeah,
It wasn't
Randall said
blood.
it was absolutely disgusting and made him sick.
It's just water with food
With
coloring.
a lot of, I put way too much food coloring in it.
Did it look like blood?
Kind of. Not exactly.
It wasn't blood. I was there when you...
I mean, it actually looked more pink in the video now that I think about it.
Oh, because of the light.
Yeah.
I think it's your turn.
Okay. What's left? Let's see.
That was a good video.
Delightfully Weird Productions, who also subscribed recently, by the way, left a comment on autocomplete and the end of the world. I think this is the funniest you've made yet. The writing really shines in this one, especially after the first 15 seconds and 6 billion deaths of the war. Auto informed everyone that they were about to surrender, and it took almost 2 minutes. It's funny because this is one of our least viewed videos.
I had no part
The
in making
autocomplete.
this one.
Yeah, I was the only one who really didn't. Well, okay.
Well,
I wrote the video and I filmed it and I did all the editing, and I actually
someone
had
else
2
do it.
different people do the narration. The first one, the audio quality didn't work out so well, so I got someone else to do it because it was kind of at the last second.
and
So
you know, you don't want audio that hurts to listen to.
yeah,
Like,
the
you gotta
audio
listen
from the
to it.
first one actually sounded like someone was speaking into a rather large tin can.
I didn't hear it, but I'm just listening to this description.
It was
now, and I
painful
don't
to
wanna-
listen to. It sounded worse than the audio from my segment of the video, which actually sounded not great.
If
But
whoever it is that recorded that is listening now, I'm terribly sorry. Don't
yeah, I
hurt your
apologize
feelings.
too. It was nothing personal.
Nothing personal. It's just the
It's just-
microphone. It's not your voice.
Because we spent like 3 hours doing it, and I didn't want to make him do that again.
Yeah, that's that too. You don't want to.
Okay.
Oh goodness,
Yeah, the last comment is the top one.
the top one. This is by Koozing on Star Wars lightsaber.
He's been subscribed for a long time.
Well, good.
I mean,
kudos to you.
I think he's
Sick of
probably.
bias.
I think he's the only one. I don't know.
The only one.
I mean, who was subscribed before we started the weekly videos.
Oh.
I'm not sure if Leo V was subscribed. He
He's
has
a
his
real
subscriptions.
fan.
Yeah, I noticed when people are subscribed because we only have 53 subscribers. So
We
yeah,
feel very close to all.
if
of
you
them.
subscribe and you don't have your channel set to where people can't see who you're subscribed to, then I will notice that you're subscribed.
and he tells me.
Yeah.
Apparently. So. We're very.
Anyway,
we're close.
reading the
to
comment.
subscribed. I'm trying. Okay. Nice video.
Wait,
As
did
for
you say
the-
what one it was on?
Yeah, Star Wars lightsaber fantasies.
Yeah.
Nice video. As for the sci-fi question, I would probably have to go with the DeLorean from Back to the Future too. Oh yeah. Why specific? Oh, that was the one that could fly. I could go to any point in history as well as the future, all while running off of old banana peels and soda cans.
Yeah, it would be a
That
good.
is the best.
But the
answer.
problem I would pose with that is that the DeLorean keeps breaking down.
So what?
and
That's
who
only
but-
for plot points.
Who but what's his
Professor
name? I can't remember his name. I've only watched the movie like
Isn't it
twice.
Doc Brown?
Yes, Dr. Brown, I think. Doc Brown. Yeah, he's the only one who seems to know how to fix it.
Yeah,
So-
but here's the thing. It only broke down for the movie thing, so if you had it in real life, it'd probably be fine. I'm sure.
Yeah, I would personally, I would pick a TARDIS, except that technically falls into the category of an entire starship.
Did
so.
Doc
Sonic
do the
screwdriver is
upgrade
what
where
I would
it runs
actually
off
choose.
of trash, or did he find someone in the future who knew how to do that?
Found
did
someone
he
in
find
the future.
himself in the future?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. No, he couldn't have because he said that would rip a hole in the fabric of reality, and certainly he would make that mistake.
Did you watch the movies?
Yes.
They almost did so many times. They almost.
Yeah, but that was more.
Marty could have not existed.
That was more of Marty's fault.
Yeah, don't bring Marty with you in your DeLorean. Find someone else.
Okay, well, those were all the comments for the videos thus far. I mean, well, not all the comments. There were a couple I didn't include in here, but all the ones that we're going to do for these videos.
These are the special ones.
Yeah.
That was
So,
not nice to say.
if you want to have your comment responded to in a behind the receiver video, then comment and you'll probably get in
Yeah.
at this point
no
because
comments, ever.
that's not true. We
No,
have
these people
dude,
did.
we got a bunch of comments.
We got Kuzin,
We get sometimes two.
Yakuza Shibe. Is it
We've
Shibe
gotten 2
or
comments
Shibe?
from 2 different people
Leo
on a
Vio,
single video,
also
which
cruising
is
again.
actually impressive for
Delightfully
phoned
Weird
in.
Productions. I'm shouting them out. Tina Post stuff. You guys are the real MVPs because you
Yeah,
commented.
I think
and
Tina
everyone
Post stuff actually
comments.
left another comment I did not include in here.
Sorry.
I've
Not really
included
sorry.
one.
Well, you gotta. Look, you only need like so many comments
I can't remember
in the
what the comment
video.
was.
You can't fit all of them. Well, we could. That would take forever. No, it wouldn't. How many? I haven't,
That
I haven't
would
looked
take
at
like
the
2 more
comment
minutes.
section.
I have. I read every comment and I respond to almost every comment.
Yeah, and
Except for
I'm
the ones I
responding
can't think
now.
of anything to respond with.
Hmm.
Like
I might
some
start responding to comments. Maybe one day. I'm not like an administrator on that channel. I'm not like...
I haven't made anyone else an administrator.
I know. That's why I'm not. Well, it's not why.
Well, but if you did respond, people probably wouldn't know who you were anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Like, people probably don't even know who I am as much.
Cat.
I mean, that's part of the advantage of doing these behind-the-scenes videos, where people can actually get to know us, because I've heard it said that people start watching for the content, but stay for the personalities. I don't know how true that is.
Who would stay for... No. Yeah, it feels like you could get closer to these people that you're watching their videos on, and then you can also watch them do funny things. Wait, is this a stylus and a pen?
Maybe.
It looks like it.
Well, that actually makes sense, though, because you're these YouTube headquarters. Yeah, this is a beautiful YouTube headquarters with this green sheet of paper.
This isn't... Pennsylvania College pen. They wouldn't have this. They don't get
fine.
This fancy
You can't
technology.
read it in the video.
No, I mean, they wouldn't... They won't have the stylus pen.
I was checking to make sure the mic was still on, because it runs off a battery. You know, this is actually the best... What? Well, that and the audio recorder. This is actually the best setup we've had thus far for filming. Well, at least equipment-wise, because I now have a boom mic with an audio recorder. I have a mic stand. I have my DSLR camera, which I use because I can't afford a $2,500 camera. And then I have a 7-inch tablet to use as a secondary monitor so I can actually see to focus the camera, which is very necessary. And I've got them both on tripods.
The backdrops we have are probably not the best that we've ever had. I think the best setup is in there. But
I don't know. I think my favorite one was the Skyrim one. That's just my favorite all-around video. I mean, that was a pain to film, though. It was kind of cold.
It was worth it because it got comments. People
and we had so many audio issues. I mean, that was the first time I used this mic, actually. And on top of that, I used it with a wind filter, which didn't work as well as I was hoping. Plus, geese kept flying overhead honking. You can actually hear that in the video. That's the dryer.
That's a weird noise. Anyway, well, the thing is, for this, we moved stuff in between little takes, so you might notice continuity errors.
Don't tell them that we have continuity errors in this video.
Everyone has them.
No, not everyone.
At some point.
Though they do have it in the Return of the King.
At least we didn't put a clock in here. If I wore
at the end of the Return of the King, when Frodo's leaving, in one shot, Samwise Gamgee is wearing a yellow vest, and then in the next shot, he's not.
So you're gonna call out Peter Jackson, but you're not gonna call yourself out. Is that how it is?
Yes, that's how that works.
Love you, Peter Jackson. Don't even know you though, so that'd be weird.
I very much like 3 of the films he made. 3 more I'm rather indifferent towards. I mean, I like The Hobbit I can enjoy them as films, but as adaptations of The Hobbit, they could be worse.
I liked the books.
But then they could be significant. They're not as bad as the Narnia adaptations, though. Or at least The Voyage of Dawn Treader. The first Narnia movie was great. I mean, I like that movie. I think it's a good movie, and it's a good adaptation of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The second one, though, Prince Caspian, they added so many plot holes that weren't there. By having Caspian get captured before Trumpkin even met him, then Trumpkin somehow knew that he was on their side, and so they were looking for him. What? And he knew what the magic horn was without ever knowing what the magic horn was. And he knew to expect the 4 children from history who he didn't even believe existed.
His professor told him if he needed help, just use that. And he was just like, okay, I'm just going to do that then. Whatever.
No, Trumpkin. I'm talking about Trumpkin, the dwarf.
Oh, Trumpkin knew what it was.
Yeah, he got captured before he even knew what it was.
Yeah, he hit him in the head. Why did he do that?
No, that was Nick Brick who hit Prince Caspian in the head.
Oh, no.
Trumpkin went off to fight the guys who... It's just, they added so many plot holes to the movie that there was no reason for them to be there. Then... after that, I thought, how could Voyage of the Dawn Treader possibly be worse? And then, voila, green mist.
Yeah. Also, the Duffelpuds didn't look right. They weren't supposed to talk to them, were they?
Yeah, they were.
No. Yeah, not yet. They weren't supposed to capture her and tell her to go into the
Oh, no.
thing.
But...
She was just supposed to look out the window and see mushroom things.
No,
but it was actually
that's...
sleeping. That was in the book.
Well, they met them while they were invisible, though.
Oh. Right.
And that's when they got her to do the thing.
But she didn't see that.
But they didn't kidnap her. They just said that if she didn't do that, they would slit everyone's throat.
She was also
including
supposed
her.
to be younger, but they couldn't really do anything about that, so...
Well, that part I don't have a problem with.
That's okay.
Though, also, going back to Prince Caspian, they also made...
They cut out a few parts of the book that she used in the book. But, no, I mean, like, of the
They also made
book,
Peter
which I liked.
really snobby. like he was not in the book at all. They're like, oh, he's character building. Yeah, but that already happened back in Language and Wardrobe, probably. I don't know.
This has nothing to do with what we're doing.
I don't really know if I'll leave this talk in, but I'm enjoying this, so let's continue.
All right.
Another thing, going back to the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, the Green Mist, they added it because the Voyage of the Dawn Treader didn't have any continuing story. It was just a bunch of quick segments, but they forgot something.
It did.
The search for the Narnian Lords, or Telmarine Lords, depending on how you look at it.
I mean, they were all gone. So
yeah, that's what the book was. That was the continuing theme. They were looking for it. So
wasn't big enough.
instead of adding the stupid Green Mist, they should have instead focused more on finding the Telmarine Lords.
They could have.
They should have. That's what they should have done.
Also, that movie was weird. It scared me when I first watched it. Also, in there, you can see, the part when Edmund is talking about how they could be rich and stuff with the little lake that turns stuff to gold, and then he gets up in Caspian's face and starts yelling at him. At one point, you can see Caspian trying really hard not to smile, and he makes his mouth into a straight line, just keeps going, and it just breaks it for me every time because it just looks so funny from his point of view, because it kind of looked funny. It does ruin the little movie, a little bit of the movie for you, but it's enjoyable.
I didn't really notice it
in the middle of the argument. If you go back and watch it,
I can't bear to go back and watch that movie
just
again.
Watch the scene.
I can enjoy the Hobbit movies for what they are. I can't do that with the Voyage of the Dawn Treader anymore. It just hurts so much to watch it.
Just watch the part.
Here's to the Silver Chair being better. Because the Silver Chair is being made by an entirely different company. It's being made by the C.S. Lewis Foundation and another company who I can never remember the name of. It's like the Gordon Group or something.
But like the C.S. Lewis Foundation name would suggest, they probably care a lot more about authenticity and the sticking to the story.
And it's still being produced by Douglas Gresham, C.S. Lewis' stepson.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's good. And I liked the Silver Chair, kind of. It's very intense.
The Silver Chair is not my favorite, but my favorite of the books is The Horse and His Boy.
My favorite's The Last Battle.
That's my second favorite.
That one
I know. It's probably the best, but there's just something about The Horse and His Boy that I really like.
I really liked
The
Magician's Nephew when I was younger.
That's probably my least favorite.
That was the first one I listened to.
Mine is the first, chronologically speaking.
It has magical worlds and stuff.
Because Narnia's not a magical world.
It had multiple.
3.
They only went to
two.
2 of them.
They went to the Wood Between the Worlds, then they went to Chon, then they went back home, then they went to Narnia.
And there was a guinea pig. I liked guinea pigs when I was little.
What, you don't anymore?
Not the one there. The one we have now snores. She does. I'm laying awake and I hear tiny snoring. It's so weird, but she snores. The other ones didn't do that. I don't know. She sneezes a lot too. Maybe something's wrong with her nose, but I don't know. She snores. She also runs around the cage and piles everything in the middle.
It could be worse. You could have a hamster that runs on a squeaky wheel all night. I had that before in my room. That was a mistake. So I did 2 things.
I'll barely notice him.
So I did 3 things. Number 1, I got a silent wheel. Number 2, I moved the hamster out of my room. And number 3, I made it diurnal, which is the opposite of nocturnal. And to do that, all you gotta do is, during the day, put a blanket over the hamster's cage to where it's dark, and then during the night, shine lights on it, and it will switch around night and day. So I bet you didn't expect to learn how to do that from watching this video, assuming that this ends up in the video.
Listen to us for pet advice, though.
Who knows, maybe I could put this up in a separate video.
I'm good at taking care of pets. What?
Should we do an extra channel where we put up stuff like this? Like just talking?
This feels like community comments.
We're not Door Monster.
Sure, that's what you said about Good Mythic Morning. We all know how that went.
That was a failure. It was fun.
It was a fun failure, but we never did the Rubik's Cubes. I still haven't solved it.
The difference between us and Door Monster is that we're not as good.
That's a terrible difference.
I don't have as much experience. I didn't take classes like Kyle did.
We don't live in Texas.
If you don't know who Door Monster is, they are a much more successful weekly comedy sketch channel. They actually inspired me to start doing weekly comedy sketches because after watching theirs and then watching behind the scenes, I thought, you know what? I could actually do that. I could do weekly comedy sketches with special effects.
They have
so I'm doing that.
Sense of humor as you do in their sketches.
Yeah, that's why I like them so much.
Yeah,
because it's a very dry sense of humor.
And video games.
Yes, I also like...
What's not to like? Plus, Dungeons and Dragons.
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, but I know enough about it to enjoy their videos.
Yeah, for some reason I do too.
I learned about it from YouTube. Not even on purpose.
I don't know where I know it from. Everywhere, probably. Everywhere that Dungeons and Dragons gets you. It doesn't go away. It never stops. It comes for you in the shadows. Anyway. I don't know. I know it's a role-playing game where you roll dice and do stuff.
I don't really know how it works entirely. I know there's a very thick rule book.
There's a lot of role-playing, and I don't really want to get into that. I don't want to do it. Don't make me.
Yeah. She spends enough time playing video games as is.
It's because I look
How many hours have you spent on ESO? Elder Scrolls Online?
I don't want to
For
talk
those
about
who...
I haven't looked recently.
I think she's actually played it more than me. Well, maybe. Maybe not.
Because I was saving up for a horse. I always wanted a horse, ever since I was 5. I asked Santa for a horse, but he didn't give me one.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online, by the way, is the only Elder Scrolls game she's played so far.
So far. I'm going to get Skyrim.
She's going to buy Skyrim when it goes on sale.
I will buy the other games because I like Elder Scrolls.
So she didn't even get the Skyrim video that we did. She didn't even help with that one at all,
here's
though.
The thing.
This is the first video
I did get it.
This is the first video you've been in since New Year's resolutions, and the second one you've helped with since then. Oh, there's the phone.
I know.
The nice thing about my camera, and I'm being very sarcastic, is that actually it's about my memory card. My memory card only writes up to 95 megabytes per second, which is fast enough only to record 12 minutes.
For some reason. You need to get
I was bidding on eBay on one that wrote up to 200 megabytes per second. I bid $50 and someone outbid me. Aww. And I don't have more than that to spend on it, at least not at this time.
Well, one day. But anyway,
one day,
so because I look
far away,
I like follow
where
these
dreams come true.
Pages about like video games or nerdy TV shows and stuff. So I see all the other ones that go with the stuff that I already know. And so I know more about Skyrim than someone should who has not played it. And I know a lot more about Harry Potter.
Same with Randy. Randy hasn't played it either. Randall, whichever you want to call him. He's the other one on this channel. He played Dovahkiin.
I haven't read or watched Harry Potter, but I know Dumbledore dies.
I haven't done either of those either. Don't really plan to.
Also, if you didn't know, Dumbledore dies.
Spoiler alert for an old movie. And, well, not really old, but...
I think a new one came out lately-ish. Nothing's happened for a very long time.
I don't know.
Well, it's been years, but...
Years, that's lately. Yeah.
For the Harry Potter fandom, they haven't had anything to do. They are running out of things. Just like the Lord of the Rings fandom. Are you still out there?
We have video games. Oh, man. Shadow of War is awful. I mean...
Oh. What is
Talking about the video games. It's basically, it's a Lord of the Rings video game with... Or actually, okay, here's how I would best describe the story in it, okay?
Okay.
It is a poorly written fan fiction.
I don't want to know anything else about it now.
Yeah. And it has microtransactions. And it's a single-player only game.
EA.
Full price. No, not EA. Warner Brothers.
No, I mean, they know what EA did.
Oh.
Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
It's hated, but it's famous.
Like, some of the stuff in Shadow of War looks cool, but not enough for me to be willing to put up with all the garbage in it. Like, Shadow of Mordor isn't even that fun. I played it for, like, longer than I wish.
You gotta go with good old Nintendo.
It has the most bare-bones story.
You needed to just play the Nintendo
Because I like a lot of video games I played just because of the story, because I like stories.
Stories are good.
Which is why I like doing videos.
Like
one of the
A Tale
reasons.
of Two Sons. I didn't...
Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons has more story
and
story. More content than Shadow of Mordor does.
Well, it's because they were probably leaning on the fact that it was Lord of the Rings stuff and the fandom is dying. They need something to do.
It's basically a grind. Like, all you're doing is going around killing... Like, okay, so I did this long quest line where I was going around killing these powerful orcs. Guess what I got to do as a reward?
What'd you do?
I got to do the exact same thing again.
Oh, that's fun.
With just in a slightly different area.
If you want a game,
it's so mine. And they killed off the only character I liked. That one, the orc. It was an orc named. Shoot, what was his name?
I don't know.
But it was an orc with a funny personality. He had the most character of anyone in the game. I liked him, and they killed him.
The thing I want to
that made me mad.
Mention. So comment below your most underrated game because I think Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is a good game and people should play it.
Yeah, I nominated it for a Steam award. Can't remember which one. No, it didn't win.
That's too bad. Also,
I think it should win Best Soundtrack. That game, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, has the most amazing game soundtrack I have ever heard.
Game Theory came up with a theory that the people who made Doki Doki Literature Club made it to advertise a game they're making called... what is it? Hang on, I know it. The Portrait of Markov.
We should probably finish filming now.
Yeah. Portrait of Markov, though.
So if I actually put this video up anywhere, thanks for watching it. What?
Doki Doki.
Probably not.
Oh.
I'm busy. I have to finish this video by Friday.
True.
The video that we're filming.
Okay. And I want to watch this hair dye.
For reference, I have tomorrow and the day after to completely edit it. And today to film it.
Doki?
I don't have time for many video games. Anyway, if I actually put this video up anywhere, thank you for watching. Now we got to get back to filming.
Alrighty then. My line was the really long one.